injuries, suspensions, and lots more. But Galatasaray go into Kadıköy and we take a point. Was it worth it? Well, we're going to talk about it on the Galatasaray Show. Welcome back to the Galatasaray Show. I'm Brad, here with Serkan. Galatasaray went into Kadıköy today, and they got a very valuable point. And there's a point I want to make. Oftentimes, on the show, in the comments, on Instagram, on TikTok, people say, how'd you become a Galatasaray fan? Why are you a Galatasaray fan? It's days like this. They're the reason I'm a Galatasaray fan. We have no right back. We have no left back. We don't have a really healthy striker. We're missing people right and left. The bench is paper thin. Fenerbahçe has a full stadium. They've got their whole team healthy. And apparently Yasin Cole's on their payroll. We go against all of that. And it took a 93rd minute goal for them to tie us. If you asked any of us before the game, Serkan, would you have taken a draw?
Sure.
Serkan thought we were going to lose.
Yeah.
We all would have taken a draw. It's the fight they put up today. Serkan, what did I tell you? What happens when you back a lion into a corner?
You were right.
You don't want to back a lion into a corner.
Is that what you want me to say? You were right.
Yes, I was right. The lion will always come out fighting, and these lions came out fighting today. That's why I'm a Galatasaray fan. I've seen this time and time again over the last 20 years. Right when everybody thinks that we're done, they've written us off. There's no way. We always find a way. And we did it again today. I wanted to get that off my chest. What did you think about the game, Serkan?
I did not watch the game. I only watched the second half like an hour ago. And I want to make some comments about the center referee. Is this a good time to talk about Yasin Cole, or do we want to leave it off later?
It's coming up. It's coming up. Don't worry. Don't worry. I've got stuff too.
Again, I did not watch the first half, so I cannot make any comments about our performance in the first half. The second half, it was understandable. We had no players on the bench, so we kind of like pulled back. So it was all good.
I'll take care of the first half. Okay. So the starting 11 came out, and who was starting at forward? It was Osimhen. Who was starting in central defense? It was Lamina. Who was starting at right back? It was Davidson. Who was at left back? Jojum. Kazımcan. Second start in a row, this time in Kadıköy. Then it was Sara in the midfield. And so I didn't feel too bad. I knew Osimhen wouldn't be the normal Osimhen. But if you think back to the game last year, who scored the goals for us? Torreira scored, Sara scored, and Mertens scored. So you switch out Mertens for Ilkay. That's just as good, right?
Right.
So I like the starting 11. Little worried about Osimhen, but everything turned out to be fine. So we came out and everything looked fine. Yasin Cole even looked fine for a while. He gave Fenerbahçe players yellow cards. We didn't get any. I was surprised. And then the 27th minute, Sane goes past a defender that most players, if you watch that position, most players would have tripped and taken the free kick on purpose. Sane did not. He weaved in and out, shot a shot from distance, boing, ricocheted in. We go up 1-0 in the 27th minute. All is well. All is well. And it stays that way. The possession was even. We enjoyed it for the first half. They kind of caught up. We enjoyed it again. So we go to halftime with a 1-0 lead. Then we come out in the second half, the exact same team that we started the first half with. Then we're playing, and I left one thing out. We're celebrating, and something comes flying from the stands. A chakmak. A chakmak, a lighter. So I'll tell you a personal story. I go into a game one time with chapstick, just chapstick. They take it from me. A chapstick. Then I get in the stadium and I see everybody smoking. How are they smoking? And there's lighters everywhere. How do they confiscate? Why would they take my chapstick, but then people get in with lighters?
There's always a fine that hide them, like they put it under their shoes, socks, so
Yeah.
I don't think it's like.
Well, so one of those came flying out of the stands and hit poor young Kazim John in the eye. Here's what he looked like after the game. Not good. So apparently they have found the perpetrator and arrested them. So good enough
Oh, did
for him.
they?
Yeah, yeah. That is what a cowardly thing to do. Cowardly thing to do. But that's a Fenerbahce fan for you. It doesn't really surprise me. So then we're in the second half, and this is where Yasin Cole kind of goes south. All right. Here is the foul that he committed on Sara. We'll let you look at it. You tell us. So, Serkan, don't you see his foot stomping on top of his?
It's a borderline. I'm kind of leaning towards a red card, but he did not even call this a foul, right? He did not even
No,
show a
nothing.
yellow card.
Nothing. And the
So that kind of
VAR
worries
didn't
me.
do anything.
Again, it's a borderline. I mean, if it was a red card, no one would have argued that. If it was a yellow card, I will be okay with that either.
Mm-hmm.
But he did not even blow his whistle.
He didn't call a foul. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, VAR has whatever seconds they have to intervene. They're watching on their monitor, and they do nothing.
That part I understand. I mean, again, if it was me, I would have pulled my yellow card, right? At least a yellow card. But that was a clear foul. So this is something that you should be seeing on the field. You should not consult VAR and ask, did you see anything? Was that a yellow card, red card?
No, but shouldn't VAR call down to him?
No, I'm 50-50. I mean, it's a yellow card, at least a yellow card. If it was a red, again, I would not have said like, where did that come from?
But how do they do nothing for that position?
That's my point. So
Like
he did not even blow his whistle.
on
He
Twitter,
thought it was okay.
on Twitter after the game, there were numerous other positions in the past 10 days in other leagues where the exact same position was a straight red. Straight red. And we got nothing. Nothing.
Yep.
Nothing.
It's not only that position. I think right after that, it was minute 85 or 86. Skriniar made another tackle to Sara. I think it was Sara again.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like kicked him in the ground. I'm trying to remember what happened.
Yeah, his leg came up almost like to his gut, lower gut area. Boom.
Right. So I may have skipped that part, but to me that was a second yellow card. So he should have been sent off in the second half.
Oh yeah, he was
And
beating.
that guy did not even receive a yellow card.
No, he was beating the crap out of us and got nothing.
Yellow card.
Yeah, Lamina got a yellow card for God knows what.
Burish got a yellow card for nothing.
Yeah. And so, I don't know if the plan was like, hey, penalize Galatasaray early so we can like show that we're being even-handed so we can screw them late. I don't know. And so we're leading the whole way, and like I can't believe it. But then in about the 70th minute, we started to lose possession because our players got tired. And the ball kept winding up in Fenerbahce's half. I kept yelling, Topal, Topal, Topal. It didn't work. Then we brought in Arda, took out Ilkay, brought in another defender. Things were still fine. Then the goal they scored If you watch it ahead of time, Davidson is out of position. Sane can't cover him. He's not covering the guy that kicked the ball because there's another offensive player down below him. He stays right in the middle. If he commits to one, he loses the other. And so he does nothing. Davidson had just gotten in a skirmish with another Fenerbahçe defender, so you find him out of position. No foul was called there. If Davidson doesn't get fouled, he's in position. We cover that pass. It's not as wide open. They probably don't score.
Was Kanahan on the bench today?
Yeah. Yes. No. Yes, he was. Yes.
Okay. Why didn't he bring him to the field?
Could have been an emergency situation, like if we have to play him, we'll play him. But if we don't, we won't.
Interesting.
And so Durant scored in the 95th minute out of 97. We had a good chance to score again, but a Sane pass just couldn't slip through to Icardi. So we drew. We got the point. When they scored, it kind of felt like a gut punch because we had led for so long. But once I processed it, I'm like, look, we came in with so much against us. And check this out. We're missing Shalai with the red card. If he plays, we win. Singo's hurt. If he played, we'd win. We probably would have won. Aaron, still suspended. Other people that did the same thing Aaron did, have they gotten suspended?
They got away with that.
No. But our guy, they can't wait and do it some other time. They do it right when it's going to hurt us the most.
Yep.
We got hurt the most by the betting scandal. Nobody else. Aaron's out. Jakobs is out. Osimhen played, but would you agree he wasn't it? Yeah, he wasn't
100% fit.
Right. He wasn't up to his same speed. Now I'm glad he played because they did have to occupy him because they didn't know how healthy he was. And just like the last game, they got to double him because he's so good. And that did give space for the goal. So we're missing all these players. Eunice came back and played a few minutes. So check it out, Serkan. If they can't beat us in their own house, in the shape our team is today, they're never going to beat us. This was their chance. We were wounded. We came in limping.
They were kind of celebrating after the game. What was that about?
It shows how low they went.
What was that about?
Oh, so
what
dude,
were they celebrating for?
Dude, go back to last season. We beat them 3-1 in their house, butchered them in the Turkish Cup, right? Tying us feels like a win to them. Didn't you hear their coach after the game? They asked him, why couldn't you get more open positions? Why couldn't you and score? He goes, one easy answer. This is Galatasaray. We're playing Galatasaray. So it's even in their coach's head that we're the bigger team. Like, I couldn't believe he said it. They go, why couldn't you do any better? And his reason wasn't their fault. They played great. It's our fault because we're Galatasaray. We stopped them.
Today was a great time to knock us down, and they missed this chance.
Mm-hmm. And you heard our players after the game. Like, they were like, we'll take this point. Because they knew that it's not just us fans that knew what a bad shape we were in. The players knew it too. They're not stupid.
Yeah.
Like, they saw Osimhen in training all week. They knew what shape he was in.
Right.
And so...
And it's not only Osimhen. Yunus. Lemina. Again, he was half injured. Then we were missing Jakobs. Then we were playing Lemina out of position. Then right back was Davinson Sanchez. So it was kind of like mix and match.
Dude, 3 weeks ago, you're trash talking Kazımcan like he doesn't even belong in the league, right? All of us, I'm hoping, right? I'm hoping because I'm an optimistic Galatasaray person because they never let me down. They always come through for me. I was hoping he'd be good, right? But he played out of his mind today. Like, anybody that has a criticism of Kazımcan, he did great.
He did great, but he's our third left back, not
Exactly.
our first
That's
left
what I'm
back. So
saying.
we cannot expect much from your third left back.
If El Nesri and these boys can't run roughshod over our third-ranked 22-year-old right back, and they can't take advantage of Davison being out of position, they've got to wait and score a goal off of a curl into the box, right? That was one of their best shots. Like they couldn't take advantage of this team. There's no way they're going to beat a healthy Galatasaray. I can't wait for them to come. Ali Sami in.
Yeah, they're gonna remember today. What is today? The 2nd?
No, it's the first.
First.
İlk Aralık.
Aralık 1. Speaking of Kazımcan, I'm not saying that we should sell him. I think he will be a great third left back, but nothing more than that.
Mm-hmm.
At least the difference between Yusuf and Kazımcan is trying his best on the pitch. He's passionate about the game. He's trying his best. That's his capacity. That's what he's capable of. Yusuf, he thinks that he knows everything. He thinks that he is the most skillful midfielder in the world, but he's not.
Oh, did you know that Kazımcan hired his own personal coach with his own paycheck?
This guy had not played for almost 3.5 months before his first appearance, like a week ago.
Last Gençlerbirliği.
Right, he made his first appearance. Was it Gençlerbirliği game? Maybe.
Yes.
Okay, well, see.
He played Gençlerbirliği. This was the second game he played today in Kadıköy. Oh, and let me say something else. When we played Fenerbahçe last year, all of our pretty stuff we did in the stands, they showed like 20 seconds of it, and beIN Sports goes to commercial. Today, I keep hearing this stupid music they're playing, this whistling crap, and they're just showing all this crap in their stadium. Some dude I don't know doing something, and all these loser people around, and they play the whole friggin' thing. How does that work?
That's because Fenerbahçe did not lose today.
But this was before the game.
Oh, so you're talking about... Okay, so that was before the game.
Yeah, you know all the little stuff they do in the stands?
Oh yeah.
Whatever that's called. When we did that...
Well, money talks.
When we did that, they barely showed ours. They showed every bit of theirs for like 3 minutes. The announcer went to talk once. They told him to shut up. He goes, Kadıköy.
Yep.
And they kept playing it. So that bugged me. So what are the takeaways here? Osimhen played. Lamina played. Now they got acupuncture and they got shots and all that jazz. But Osimhen played like, what, 70 minutes? McCarty came in like towards the end?
More than that, yeah.
Lamina went the whole way, and he played good. Like, he wasn't just out there. He played good. And Sara played good today.
Yep.
Sane had a great game. İlkay was still a little disappointing. I hope that injury's not lingering.
Well, I hope not.
It wasn't the İlkay of the Liverpool match. It was not. But again, the good news is that Osimhen will be, if he can play today, he can sure play Friday and next Wednesday. Same goes for Lamina. And Yunus looks like he can start coming back in, and we're really missing him. So it's really good news for our attack. And we got one of the games down where we're missing Shalai. He'll miss Friday as well, unless some miracle from the appeals court comes down.
Did we appeal that decision? I think we did, right?
We did.
Okay. But
We haven't heard. We haven't heard yes or no.
Okay.
It'd be great to have him on Friday because
Well,
Samson's no slouch.
since we did not win today, I guess the answer is gonna be no.
What's that?
So the appeal, they're not gonna. So they're gonna say. So the way that they think. So if Galatasaray loses today, let's give them a consolation and reduce that two-match ban to one. If Galatasaray wins, we gotta keep punishing them. Like if it is two, we'll just keep it at two.
Or they'll make it 3. If we'd won, they made it 3.
Well, they don't have that power. They don't have that privilege. So I don't think they're gonna be able to do that.
Yeah. I don't know about you. It sure seems like things just happen. Like as soon as we got up by like 8 points, odd things just started happening to make sure that we didn't get too far away. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Yasin Cole starts doing all of our derby matches, even though he's the least qualified guy to do it. Stuff we've been yelling about for years with the refs. We get up 8. Oh, the betting scandal comes out. Just so happens one of our starters did it years ago, just like other people.
Coincidence, right?
Yeah, so it's just it's funny. As soon as we got by 8 points, how all these strange things started to happen. But as the players say, we came in as the leader. We left.
We're going back home
as the leader. So Fenerbahçe still hasn't led the league in like hundreds of days. So that's great.
That was important.
Yes. And so we're getting healthy. And so we have Samson. Samson's coming to Istanbul. Hopefully they're coming to get their whooping.
Game. That's going to be a tough game.
Yes. That they is that where Emre Kilic plays?
Yep.
Hang on, let's see. Oh look!
Oh come on! You have his jersey too.
I do. I thought that was what this was.
Who is next in line? Kazımcan? Yusuf?
Dude, I was so happy when we got him from Sivasspor. I just thought he was going to be I thought he was going to be the man. And if he could have stayed healthy, he might have been.
Oh my goodness.
Him and Merton Sivas, they were awesome together. I thought he's going to come and be that with us, but you didn't know I had that, did you?
That's crazy.
I'm loyal to my Turk players, baby. So we got that game on Friday, and why are we playing on a Monday and a Friday? It's all because of Europe. We played in the Champions League last week, so we played on Monday to get away from it. Now we're playing close to Fenerbahçe, so we can have time before we play on Tuesday against AS Monaco on the road. And if you didn't know,
predictable.
Some way somehow Monaco beat PSG in League.
That's what I'm saying. They got a draw in the Champions League. Then they beat PSG.
Yeah.
So they're unpredictable. We'll see how that game goes.
Yeah, we'll have to do some more research on Monaco before we do our Monaco preview episode.
Are you guys good? Are you guys bad? What are you trying to play? I watched the last game that they played. Well, I watched the last 25 minutes actually. Like, I have some question marks.
Oh, that's good.
That we can talk about in the next episode, maybe.
But yeah, it was an exciting game. We played way better than I thought we might. Again, my American friends that wonder why I'm so passionate about this team, these are the reasons why. The stuff we do. We finish 13th. We fire everybody. We call a special election. We get new presidents. We buy 18,000 new players. Half of them were good. And the next year we win the league. So we went from 13th place. Now we've won the league 3 years in a row. We're beat up. We're suspended. People trying to keep us down, but they can't. They can't keep us down. Biz Galatasaray's. So It was a great day. Any last words, Serkan?
No,
Do you feel
I'm
do you
happy.
feel joy in your heart?
That was a big relief. Getting a point from Fenerbahçe, that was a big relief from my side.
And they just knew they were going to beat us. They just knew it. I love it. I'll sleep so good tonight.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Tell us in the comments. How do you feel about the game? I'm proud as punch of the 1 point. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And thanks for supporting the channel. Please subscribe. All that fun stuff. And hade, imbuk, CimBom.